He sits alone atop the all-time wins list. Yet, as we approach the second last race of the Formula One season, it's been nearly 2 calendar years since Lewis Hamilton last won a race. A frustrating drought that began with a controversial finish to the 2021 World Championship.
It's a late launch by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race!
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
So where do things currently stand for Hamilton? Perhaps it all depends on perspective. The positives are there, currently third in the standings, ahead of every non-Red Bull driver on the grid, 70 points better than teammate George Russell. Yet, it's hard to ignore the negatives. Nearly 300 points behind 3-time champion and rival Max Verstappen. And plagued with the car has become synonymous with inconsistency.
2 more races with the W14 and then it's done.
Thank God. Yeah, it's like moments it works and then moments it doesn't, and it's so inconsistent throughout the lap. Yeah, 2 more races with this thing and then hopefully no more driving it.
Inexcusable performance. There's even no words for that. That car finished second last week and the week before, and whatever we did to it was horrible. I can only feel for the two driving such a miserable thing.
Does this car deserve a win?
This car doesn't deserve a win.
18 months ago, the big question around Hamilton was whether he'd win another title. Now it seems fair to ask if race wins are still in his future. Despite setbacks like Brazil, the evidence would tell us Mercedes is actually on the right track. Individual parts, like the new floor that was introduced at the US Grand Prix, front nose, rear wing, and side pods have shown real promise over the season. The setbacks, well, they exist because all these new parts are being added to a fundamentally flawed chassis. One that's going to be scrapped when Mercedes rolls out their new car in 2024, meaning this off-season, this developmental period, may be the most critical one they've undertaken in the Hamilton era.
The next 6 months has to be the greatest 6 months of development that we've ever had to close that gap.
On the track, Hamilton seems to be driving with a renewed hunger. Look no further than his bold pass on Charles Leclerc at the Mexican Grand Prix.
And almost goes onto the grass, kicks up a load of dust as he gets past Charles Leclerc and into turn 1.
Very brave driving from Lewis Hamilton.
Properly committed.
He's not lost anything, has he?
This brings us to the original question. Is Lewis Hamilton poised to win again? When you zoom out and look at the big picture, the evidence says yes. McLaren proved if you get the development right, huge gains can be made with this generation of car. And when it comes to both resources and pedigree, Mercedes is working from a better starting point than McLaren. Add that to the fact that Hamilton continues to prove he is as fierce and as sharp as ever. There's reason to believe that Hamilton will not only end the winless drought in 2024, but that if things go right, he may soon be going toe-to-toe with Verstappen one more time.